A rock bottom pie from 1990. Do you ever pine for a pie bereft of effort yet handsome in taste? Do you wonder what goes bump in the night? The birds. It always is. We start with a cup of peanut butter. You can either use creamy or the better option. 8 ounces of cream cheese. Cream cheese trains. Little bit of vanilla. You give it the old razzle dazzle. Are you gonna make it? You can do it! No! It smells good already. Except for the burning motor. And me. Fold in a tub of Cool Whip. American ingenuity. Woo. Now we crush 10 Oreos. I'll be using this heavy, high-quality implement. Did you know this is out today? I am not joking. The time has come. Then we turn it into any chocolate crumb crust. It's a 9-inch. Put some crumbs on top. To the fridge. Good evening. Look at it. Whoa, oh my days. That's just old-fashioned good. If this is what bottom tastes like, I'm all for it. If this is what rock bottom tastes like, I'm all for it. A dangerously lemon pie from 1990. This recipe is wild and was either written by a maniac or someone disturbingly obsessed with lemons. 6 ounces of lemon Jell-O into 1.5 cups of boiling water. Zest of 1 lemon, the juice of 2. Sounds literary. Look at the size of this lemon. It's a football. Good lord. The lemon levels are already kind of high. There's no seeds in this lemon. Whoa! We've gone too far. To the fridge! Whip a cup of cream. Yeah! With a 1/2 cup of lemonade powder. All right. Is this person just listing all the types of lemon? Also, this mixer might blow up. Yeah! Whipped lemonade. Okay, never mind. I'm kind of behind that. Folding in a cup of sour cream. You have me intrigued. Look at that. Fold in the lemon tincture. Oh, yeah. Finally, she says we need to chill it. She doesn't say to put it in anything. If it weren't for the title, this could be anything. She could drink it from a straw, you lemon lover. I've just used a graham cracker shell. Good night. Frank, it's literally 1 week until baking across America. Good morning. Come on. Oh. I mean, lemon. That's really good. It's quite summery. Heavy on the citrus. It's kind of bouncy. It does need a bit of salt. A top of the Tetons pie from 89. This is a Wyoming recipe from out north in Jackson. Go Pokes! Good folks up there, but some of them are all hat and no cattle. Let's see about Judy. Start with a cup of unsweetened coconut, a cup of chalky chips, and a cup of pecans. Just throw it into a prepared pie shell. I like Judy. Unfortunately, she's asking for a 10-inch. When's the last time you've seen one of those? I have a 9-inch here, which should work, called manifesting. Then to a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Beat in a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, of course. They can afford the dental work up there. Ooh. How do you beat? No, never mind. Yeah. 4 eggs into the sugars. Seems immiscible. Pinch of salt, tablespoon of melted butter. Evenly done. Maybe don't pour it all in since we're not up to Judy's standard. 10-inch. Then 3. Who put this oven here? 325 for about an hour. That's pretty good. I like magic cookie bars, but in a pie. Lovely. Everyone say, thank you, Judy. You did a great job. It's a chunky pie. Pfeffernusse from 1890. I'm told this is a German Christmas cookie, roughly translating to pepper nuts, which sounds like it must sting, but hey, whatever gets you going. Into a saucepan goes a 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of molasses. Why is it so sticky? 1/4 cup brown sugar, 1/4 cup honey. Release me. Picking heavy casualties. Now we place on fire. What? Forgot we're a few centuries behind. Fire! As soon as it simmers, turn it off. The dry ingredients are 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of Lacouche? Oh, God. Please, not that.
Lebkuchengewürz.
Lebkuchengewürz. Is that an ingredient or an airstrike? It's just a spice mix of a teaspoon each of cloves, nutmeg, cardamom, cinnamon, mace, and aniseed. Transfer the wet to a big bowl. Whisk in a beaten eggy. And a teaspoon of potash. We don't bake with potash anymore for the same reasons we don't attempt to cure indigestion with lobotomies. It's calcium carbonate. Bring it all together. We gotta make them tiny. 350 for about 13 minutes. You can either dust them in powdered sugar or traditionally dump them in a thick, simple icing. Psst. Oh, gee, they're so cozy. These are nice. A chocolate syrup cake from 87. Now there's many uses for chocolate syrup in the kitchen and a few in the bedroom. But does it make a good cake? We begin with a 1/2 cup of butter, creamed with a cup of sugar. 4 eggs, bit of vanilla mix. And now for 1.5 cups of chocolate syrup. Seems excessive. It's a lot of syrup. Leave it to the Americans. If it looks like oil, it must be good. Dry ingredients are 1 1/3 cups of flour and a 1/2 teaspoon of floof powder. Good! Ooh, it's actually quite a nice batter. We'll need a greased 9-inch. You heard me. And it smells good. I mean, no, it's wrong. We bake at 325 for around an hour. Check yours with a toothpick. You know, our book's out this month. This month. Go look at it. Whoa! Grease your pan well, mine almost stuck. The icing is just a cup of powdered sugar, adding syrup until thick. What kind of Yankee Doodle dandy shit? Why do you look good? Senseless! I'm going to hemorrhage. I'll tell you what, that is a solid easy cake. Darn good idea. Cheers. Strawberry Fluffies from 76. Like my hookup, some baking trends just come and go. It is what it is. And one of those trends was to bake something with as little effort as possible. First, we'll need a box of strawberry cake mix. I don't like boxes. People get buried in them. It's pink. Then we just shove in a tub of Cool Whip. As you can see, this recipe is quite approachable. Unlike landmines, stir it up like some good drama. We might say we like our friends, but we can't stand them. Smelling a little fruity. I'm partial to fruitiness. I am. Okay. Finally, we scoop, then into powdered sugar. And place. 350 for about 12 minutes. See this book? I righted it. Wrote it myself. You know, these don't look very fluffy. Ooh. But they taste fluffy. Insanely soft. Ooh. Loses points for laziness, but soft, fruity, and good. Lime Jell-O fudge from 68. Typically, fudge involves chocolate, and on the rare occasion it doesn't, it definitely shouldn't have Jell-O in it. Into a saucepan goes 3.5 cups of sugar. That was half the bag. 1/4 teaspoon of soda. 10-4, good buddy. Plus 3 ounces of lime Jell-O. You ready for a party? Fruity. 1.5 cups of moo juice. That's milk, by the way. Then we cook to 234 degrees Fahrenheit. Fire! Oh, it's foaming. Please stop growing. Stop! Avast ye! Ow! Ow! It's got ranged attacks. I don't like this. Almost. Keep stirring all the way. Then remove from heat and into a bowl. 1/2 cup of butter. Beat until thick. Thick! And into a greased and lined 8-inch. What is this? Chill until firm. Do you know what's already firm? My cookbook. It's a hardcover. Oh! It tastes like summer camp, like baby bottle pop nostalgic. Huh. Ranch from 67. Come to think of it, I've never really thought about what's in ranch, perhaps out of fear. Start with a 1/2 cup of buttermilk and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Time for lactose! You know, I once watched a friend of mine eat a whole bottle of ranch with his pizza. Yeah, he's in prison now. Next up, a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. A 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and pepper. 3, 2, 1. 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Forsaken by parsley. Never saw that coming. Just a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of dried dill weed. What did you call me? Oh, for mix to the fridge. Psst, you want a sneak peek at my cookbook? That's it. Now that it's rested, we can serve. Suppose it was too tired before. That's good. No joke, that's great. One sec. I think you'd like this. Ranch, baby. Irish soda bread from 1909. So you want bread and you want it now. Well, this is the loaf for you. We start with 4 cups of flour in a sifter. Come on, Frank, you lazy fish. Woo, get in. Next up, a heaping teaspoon of baking soda. Floof soda, you were made for this. And a teaspoon of salt. Yes, this is a sifter. This is a sieve, and I am pedantic. Next in, 2 cups of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, you could always go to the store. That's how stores work. I'm serious, don't disrespect the Irish. They can be mean. To mix, we must only use our hands. Don't worry, my hands are the only touch I know. Come on. Hello. Skillet, flour. Then we bless the loaf. What do you mean? Did it sneeze? We just cut it. Now into a hot oven for 45 to 55 minutes. That's 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo! Look at that! Now we let it cool. If you don't have my cookbook, you could always use a cooling rack. Now that's just a plain good loaf. What's up, Frank? Come on. Snickerdoodles from 1918. No, I have never had these. You must remember, I'm not an American. I am a Bermudian, and we grew up with things like party rings and custard creams. Until yesterday, I thought a snickerdoodle was a dog. Start with a cup of shortening. In goes a pinch of salt and a 1.5 cups of sugar. Cream. Next, we beat in 2 eggies. I just love eggies. For the dry ingredients, we need 2 3/4 cups of flour, a teaspoon of floof soda, not powder. I think it's underlined for a reason. Finally, we need 3 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Good heavens. That's excessive. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hi. Roll to balls. Goodbye, balls. Moderate oven for 11 minutes. Means 350 Fahrenheit. They just hadn't invented numbers yet. Also, I seem to have a book. They're poofy. Dredge them through a 1/2 cup of sugar with 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. Pillowy. They're like sugar cookies, but comfier. Very good. Almond milk from 1965. Now, I didn't know you could just make almond milk until I found it in the miscellaneous section of this here encyclopedia, and lo and behold, our first step was to cover a cup of almonds in cold water overnight. Good night. Good morning. Then we discard the water. Put the almonds in a blender, adding to it 4 cups of fresh water. Then we blend for about 3 minutes. Yeah, it's milky. Now we need to strain this to prevent bits of nuts from getting into the milk. You could use a tea towel or some cheesecloth, or something literally called a nut milk bag, though that's normally used to prevent children. This feels familiar. And bam, that's almond milk. I thought it was a lot more complicated than that. If you want it sweetened, add some sugar. If you want vanilla, add a bit of nilla. I mean, it's almond milk. Good almond milk. So if you have some almonds in a blender, go to town. The clocks fall back. The days grow shorter. Knock, knock. It's seasonal affective disorder. Magic ice cream from the Great Depression. Now, in my personal experience, depression and ice cream are a match made in heaven, so I have high hopes for this. We begin with 1 package of raspberry Jell-O. Going to assume we have the same size package. Though the last time I made that mistake, I ended up stunned and quite self-conscious. Half cup of boiling water. Cup of sugar. By the way, this is a no-churn ice cream, hence the magic. 3 cups of moon juice. Vanilla. To the fridge. Whip a cup of cream. So this took 40 minutes to stiffen up, which means it should see a doctor, but it also means we get to fold in the whipped cream. Be very gentle. Now, if it's not folding in properly like mine, you can go ahead and cry, or put it back in the fridge. It's your call. Cover and freeze until firm. Good night. Good morning. Good heavens. It's surprisingly soft. Impressive, sir. A lot of people tell me, Dylan, I don't know why you daily drive this car. It's got no modern safety features. It's going to be the end of you. And I say, oh, that's where you're wrong. This car has one very important safety feature, and it's called the constant fear of dying. And I'll tell you what, it's very efficient. A pork belly fruitcake from 1915. Meat and desserts was quite common back then. So was botulism. Steep a pound of pork in a cup of water. Fire! Honey, would you like Earl Grey or pork? I'll take a divorce. Sugar! Bloop. Cup of molasses. Sweet, bitter, and meaty. Like my ex. Yeah, why is it foaming? Do you think you could hear me? Currants. Peel. Apple juice. What? Ginger. Don't say it, Dylan. Cinnamon. Needs flour. 1, 2, 3. How big is this cake? $3.50 for 2.5 hours. Suppose any less and it might gain consciousness. Chungus. She's looking like a house foundation. All right, we got 2 fruitcakes here. What's scary is that it's not terrible. It's got this oily richness to it, but something just ain't right. I think it's the pound of pork. A shoe fly pie from 1900. A favorite of the Pennsylvania Dutch, who apparently have this for breakfast. Now that's what you call bravery. No. No sticking. You're gonna die here. Yes. Time for filling. An entire cup of molasses. Very cheeky. 3/4 of a cup of water. And 1 very lonely, very dead eggy. A teaspoon of baking powder. What exactly are we trying to raise up? Hope. Figure it's whisking. Very wet. We get to make a crumble. Sugar. Flour. Then some lard. What is it with dead people and their obsession with this? Yes, I just love baking. Hello. Ooh, that's molasses. Very sweet, very bitter. If you love molasses, this is the pie for you. A Snickers salad from 1974. Yes, this is one of these salads, which definitely isn't a salad because America is unsupervised and they can't be stopped. We start by chopping 10 ounces worth of Snickers bars. Hey, Dylan, what you doing? Oh, I'm just making my salad. You know, with the chocolate bars. Come on. Cup of cold milk. Moon juice. 2 packs of vanilla pudding. 4 Granny Smith apples. For what? Solidarity? Granny don't deserve this. Whatever happened to respect your elders? Now into the pudding goes a tub of Cool Whip, because we don't give a shit. In goes the apples. And the Snickers. You don't measure this in calories. No, you measure this in years taken off of your life expectancy. For best results, chill. You need to chill! Is it good? No. Is it bad? No. It's sugar! Go ahead, feed this to a child. You're gonna yeet them into orbit. Goodbye, Johnny. Post-terrestrial. Where's Johnny? Johnny is gone. Anzac biscuits from the Great War. In Australia and New Zealand, this recipe is actually protected by law. Bake it wrong, to jail! I mean, not really, but you wouldn't want to get them angry. They have kangaroos. 1 cup of oats. I love oats. They taste like grandparents. I mean, they don't taste like... You know what I mean? 1 cup of flour. Then 1 cup of desiccated coconut. Not shredded, not sweetened. I'm talking dried flakes. Gonna need some Head and Shoulders for that. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Now into a saucepan goes 10 tablespoons of butter. I did have to convert this entire recipe from grams into freedom units. Then 1/4 cup of golden syrup. Fire! Once the butter melts, we remove and add a teaspoon of baking soda. This is weird. It's foamy. Mix. 350 for 12 minutes. Oh, boy howdy. Crispy but chewy. Good biscuit.
Cadillac for 1963 with the 4-speed hydromatic. You want to change your own gears? Well, screw you! We're not peasants. We also have 4 ashtrays.
Leftover bread pancakes from 1947. Now I love pancakes, so a homemade recipe which is easy, needs no flour, and lets you use up some stale bread seems too good to be true. Let's see if it is. We start with 7 or 8 slices of stale bread. Just tear it up and put it in a bowl. Adding to it 3/4 of a cup of milk. Moon juice! Time to mash! Next, a pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar. They recommend 4 if these are for kids. Can I be a kid, please? Next is 1 teaspoon of floof powder, which is baking powder. I call it floof powder because it floofs. Finally, 1 egg. Beating thoroughly. A bit of oil. Fire! Then you just 3 minutes on each side on medium-high heat. Ooh, smell really good. That is good. They're so fluffy. Some good pancakes. I'm not even gonna wait for my bread to go stale. I'm just gonna make these. So what are you guys' favorite terrible gas station food? Personally, mine are these cheese and peanut butter crackers that have been on the shelf since the Nixon administration. You guys like powdered donut people or what? I have no idea where I am. Fried crackers from the Great Depression. These are also called cracker flitters. What is a flitter? I don't know. Nobody knows. We begin with 2 sleeves of saltines. America's favorite sawdust squares. Cover and soak these with water. Granny's favorite soggy crackers. Now we squeeze and drain it. Just imagine cooking this and trying to tell yourself that everything is okay. 1 egg. Now we heat up a skillet with what? A suitable amount of lard. There is no suitable amount of lard. Never has been, never will be. Fire! And then we just... try not to die. How long does sadness take to cook? And finally, we douse in maple syrup. That is surprisingly good. Seriously, give this a try. You don't have to use lard, though. Old car versus new car. Quiet, luxurious V8. If it's not loud, how will they know it's a V8? 4-speed automatic. Why is there 10 gears? Why is there 10 of anything? Adult turn signals. Teenage angst. Halogens. My headlights are Jesus! Bench seat. Heated and cooled seats. If I had a butt, I'm sure I'd like it. Map light. We got RGB Gamer MLG Pro! I'm driving a brothel. Ponies! How to make sure your neighbors will never speak to you. Morning, John. How are you? An emergency war cake. No eggs, no milk, no butter, no joy. There's no sugar either. Is this the cake? 2 teacups of raisins. How am I supposed to know how big your teacups are? Ira? 1 teacup of dates. Why do dead people like dates so much? Bam! Fire! 1.5 cups of molasses. Pretty sure this is how diesel is made. Cinnamon! Ira needs cloves. Easy does it. Wouldn't want to ruin a disaster. Here goes nothing. What in good God is this? Ira, honey, I'm going to war. Over what? Your cooking. Come on! This is the only cake that looks burnt before you bake it. Oh dear. Tastes like a boot. Like a size 10 boot. A cake with meat in the middle? You bet. Out in the Atlantic is the island of Bermuda, and every Christmas here we make something called cassava pie, starting with the root of the cassava plant. Same thing you make tapioca out of. We put it in a tea towel and squeeze the ever-living daylights out of it. The unprocessed root contains cyanide, so we squeeze it to get rid of anything bitter before adding 1.5 pounds of butter, that's 5 sticks, and then a dozen eggs. Plus a casual 2 pounds of sugar.
As you can see, We have plenty of it.
Add some fresh nutmeg and you can start building your pie. Most Bermudians just use chicken, but this year we use chicken and beef. Top it off, fork it over, and bake it for 3 whole hours. But by the end of...
তুমি কেরম ছোটই থাকবা ফুপু ডাক শোনাইবা না
আকাশ তুমি এনে বেরিয়েছো
1 কেজি খাসির মাংস আনতে পারবেন?
ঢিলা পানি ঢিলা স্বপ্ন পাবি নাই
ছাগলের রংটা ভালো। আমার আবার চিত্রামিত্র ছাগল ভালো লাগে না।
ভুললেই তো এসি রামছি তোমার লিগা
কি আনছেন আমার লইগা?
দেহ খুলা
আপনি রেডি হয়ে কই যাইবেন?
দাওয়াত কি খালি আপনার একলারে দিছে? আমগো কোনো গুরুত্ব নাই, আমগো কেউ দাওয়াত দেয় না। ছাগলই তো মনে হইতেছে 2টা ঠ্যাং কম। জি
আমি কি খারাপ মানুষ? হ্যাঁ, আমি তো 4টা বিয়ে করছি।
বোর গোসল দেখতে
মিছা কথা, আমি এই সময় গোসল করি? এত সুন্দর শাড়ি আপনি পছন্দ করলেন কেমনে?
যেমনে তোমারে পছন্দ করছি।
কি এইটা?
এটা দুম্বার বাচ্চা।
পুরো খালি মস্করা করে।
খাসির মাংস করতেছিলা?
মনে আছে আপনার?
ভাবির কইতে যখন এত অসুবিধা বাদ দেন, আগে তো কতবার কইছেন।
আপনি দেখছো এটা কোনো কথা? আপনি আমার ডর হইলেন কেন?
দুধ পাইলা কই, চা পাতা পাইলা কই? আমার আনতে কইছিল, আমি তো আনি নাই। ছাগল কিনা টেহা শেষ।
আমরা বাচ্চা কাচ্চা নেই না কেন? আমার কোনো সমস্যা আছে নাকি? আরে হইছে ছাড়েন। আরে কেউ দেখা ভালাইবো দূর।
এত পূর্ণ আমি কোন সময় করছিলাম? আল্লাহ তোমার মতো একটা মানুষ আমার কি লেগে দিব। দেন চেক করে দেন, চেক করে দেন।
আল্লাহ গো, এইটা আমাগো ছাগল। আল্লাহ, এইবার এই ছাগল দিয়ে আমরা কুরবানি দিব।
ভাত খেয়া যায়
না না, খাওয়ান লাগবো না। আমি যে বাড়িতে না ভাত তরকারি রাইন দিয়েছি।
উট কুরবানিতে ঢাকা লাগবো। এখন ইন্টারনেটের যুগ,
ফেসবুকে ছবি দেখো।
জুতা নাই, থাকলে জুতা দিয়ে পিটাইতাম। চলেন আসেন।
হ্যাঁ এরম ফুটানি মাইরাই বেড়ায়, দুনিয়া দাঁত দানা করছে।
কিরে খাড়াই রেছিস কেন? খাওয়ান দিছি তো, খাইতে আয়।